You made it to Ellentia, standing in the middle of the train station.
Wait. Can I retcon something?
Oh shit.
I had this thought when I was going to bed the other night, but it's okay.
Oh no.
What do you mean?
What thought?
What happened?
Expand.
Well, in our downtime, could I ask the sheriff something that may lead to something more?
Oh ho ho.
No, not like that.
You can't possibly lead to that because I've lost interest now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, we would have been on that train for a lot longer than we actually had to think about it last time. So that's how I'm okaying this. Okay, so I'll say to the sheriff and
I feel like I gave you a long time to think about it. That's okay.
I'm just
But
saying,
not
like,
8 full
10
hours.
minutes. Yeah. So I'll say to the sheriff in the mind blink, just to the sheriff, did you happen to look at our friend here through your special glasses to make sure that not someone pretending that there's someone else, like Silas got us last time?
Good point. Lens of truth this real quick.
You look at this person through their lens, and they look the same. They're not a tiny Silas.
Okay. Just wanted to check. I just was laying in bed. I was like, oh my god, what if it's Silas again? And we just walked right into the vault with him in our pocket,
Assuming that we could get into the vault.
Or whatever, we bring him exactly where he wanted to go. Okay. All right. I'm all good now.
Well, that's comforting.
At any rate, fast forwarding back through what we already watched, you have arrived in Valentia, and you are standing in the middle of a train station, bristling with people, and I'm sure you got things you want to do here.
The way I see it, there are 2 options before us. We could either go investigate the Palace Vault area and ask more questions about it and see if anything did go down and report what we know about Silas. Or we can gather our money from the Adventurers Guild and buy a scroll of banishment and take care of that problem first.
I think we should send him back first. We don't want him to get too much information, right?
I hear you.
That and I'd be awful ticked if I was in a strange land, then somebody could just, whisk me off real quick, and they just kind of drag the feet on that.
There does seem to be a lack of emergency around, and that is peculiar in and of itself.
Yeah, I am very intrigued.
On fire yet.
Maybe we could ask around a little more. See if there's maybe a barker on a corner or something.
Sure, we will keep an eye out on our way, also looking for the Adventurers Guild, I believe.
Yeah, maybe we can just try to head our or are they in the same direction? Do we know? Are they in opposite directions?
Has any of us been here before?
I haven't.
I think
would
we
go with
established
no.
before that it was a definite no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we gotta find out where that is anyways.
Yeah. So let's find a map or a person to point us in the right direction first.
Well, I hear barkeeps are awful helpful at that.
Let's go look for some signs.
Yep. And if we do look about for signs, what do we see?
In this particular place, or
We wander in a kind of randomish direction. Let's say
wherever most traffic is going.
Yep, which is the 4 direction.
okay.
Is there like a brochure available here at the train station?
I mean, there are people that work here. I don't know about
Or-
sure.
I suppose we could ask someone that works here at the station. They might be able to point us in the direction.
Seems legit. Hey, son, you know which way we're going for the Adventure Guild?
The random passerby?
Somebody with a fancy train hat.
There's a lot of people with a fancy train hat. A train hat specifically, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you do end up finding the person you grab real quick to talk to or whatever. Grab with your words at the very least, not necessarily physically. I'm not saying that Flint is the type that just you know.
My 4-foot ass holds somebody up by the scruff of their collar.
Yeah. You do see an attendant. That's who you grab. They spin around. They look kind of younger. They seem to be half elven, based on the peach fuzz that is accumulating below their nose and the tips of their ears. And they kind of look at you sort of surprisingly, because they weren't expected to be snatched like that with power of words. And
Charisma.
Yep, the guild quarter, sir. The guild quarter. Have a nice day.
attempts to leave your presence.
Mighty fine of you. Which way might the guild quarter be?
They make a persuasion check.
Oh wow.
and
It's
you
the
stop
individual.
Truly, we have entered the city.
Counter offer. They stop. About 7 blocks up the road to the north here. You want to take a right when you come to the crossway, and yep, should be another 2 blocks from there, and you can't miss it.
Hey, thanks. And I'm gonna flip him a silver for the trouble.
He'll tip his train hat and mosey on out.
Well, that was efficient.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm honestly surprised I got that much.
You did
Friendly
seem in
fella.
a hurry.
All
Shall we
right,
then?
7 blocks in this direction. You think they got a fat rabbits up here?
I'll
I
keep my
hope
eye out.
so.
Like,
I'm
is it
sure
an
there are
actual?
lots of good places to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Is Fat Rabbits like an actual franchise, or is it just back in in the other city?
Good question.
We'll be about to find out.
And we head that direction.
Along the way, there's a lot of I would call it
Puppy love.
warehouse areas,
Mhm.
like where a lot of goods are kept and traded from the train. And as you kind of make your way down those initial blocks to the north, it does start to transition into some parts residential with some little storefront mixed in. The streets are quite dense with folk of all shapes, colors, and sizes. And every once in a while, you see a lot of light posts, I would say. These long metal constructions that seem to have paned glass at the top, fully enclosed. Not a wick in sight, but they are not on, as at this time it is still pretty much midday. Just make a perception check for me as you guys make your way through this.
Coming up.
I will. I don't have a character sheet
Ooh.
up. Feels foolish.
Flint is short.
Straw's keeping a close eye.
Straw, through this hustle and bustle of city life, you do catch about down a street that kind of branches to the right of you as you're moving up this main street that you're walking. You see a little parade is not the right term, but there's about 4 guards that you can see, one mounted, and they appear to be mounted on what looks to be an automated horse. A horse of arcane construction. It looks like Tower, essentially.
Robo horse.
Oh.
And as that kind of comes into focus, you start to pick up other little things like it, where just, someone's leg, they clearly have a prosthetic, and it's also made of the same, I was going to say cloth, but you understand what I mean. Same, made of the same materials. Everything's kind of just a little more fancier down here than up here than you're used to.
Pretty fancy out here.
It feels welcoming. Might Tower have
Yeah.
also noticed the group of guards?
Yeah.
Just generally as a group of
Yes.
guards? Okay. Then, yes, just seeing so many with, so many bits that are like me seems as though I won't be too ostracized here with any luck.
Excellent.
But however, I think it might be beneficial for us to have a small conversation with that group of guards over there. They might have any news of dire consequence that we might be asking about, and we might be able to report to them what we know.
And I can get a better look at that horse. That might give me some ideas for Steel Defender.
Well, perhaps you should start that conversation then.
Really? I don't tend to make the best impressions.
Do you not think they'd relate to you well, Tower?
Just because they ride a robo horse? I'm not sure that it's necessarily. Anyway,
Troll
let's
was
go.
Oh,
Racist?
I thought. Oh, it was just the horse that's that way. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying that there were beings like Tower as well. Okay. I
There's a
missed
lot more
that.
for like nicer prosthetics, though. Sometimes here
Yes,
and there, right?
okay.
That's what my understanding was. People wear a bit nicer stuff, is what
I bet you talked to the horse. No.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
We both speak binary. Let's go talk to the guards, I think. If everybody's cool with that.
Yeah.
And just because I had already just told you, and the characters would realize it, you're still about 3 blocks from where that person told you to go to make your turn. So
Fair enough.
Good to know.
I keep a mental note of that.
The tower has it locked in its mind.
they are not just standing about. That, like I said, they are in motion, moving away from where you guys were. But you can easily catch up to them if you desire. They're kind of, it's hard to say what exactly they're doing, but they're not in pursuit of anything currently.
Sure. I'll go into a light jog and kind of call them down. Excuse me, sirs, officers, guards, may we have a word?
The person on the horse stops. Everyone else stops. They kind of take a somewhat defensive position. Nothing. As a soldier, you recognize it as just sort of like, or an ex-soldier at least, as just, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Warrior.
It's just a thing that
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah.
I know it's routine. It's a common thing. It's not necessarily hostile towards you, but it is certainly to be ready for you to be hostile towards them.
Sure. Maintaining a calm demeanor, Tower says, pardon me, myself and my friends, the Red Ravens, are very new to town. We just came in on a train that was actually attacked on the rails. And a very dangerous individual ended up getting away on the head of that train. And, of course, that train then locked down and took that dangerous individual directly into the vaults of the castle guard or whatever. I'm trying to think of what the word that it actually is. Into the vault, whereupon they might have access to any number of dangerous items or perhaps even access to high-ranking individuals. We wanted to share that information with you, as well as ask you if there's any news of that person arriving in the past 2 days or so.
Are you the only one that approached them?
No, we all.
Oh no,
followed it.
I figured we were going as a group.
The one on the horse is going to make a gesture towards his compatriots, and there's about 3. There's him on the horse, or them on the horse. I guess you can't really tell through armor. Maybe that's a spoiler. I don't know. And the compatriots, there's, I think, a battalion. Right? There's about, there's going to be 3 around him as well. Did I already say that, or did I not say anything?
I think you said
Did I just
4.
say there's a group. Did I?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's fine.
Okay. Okay, that's 4 people, right? At any rate, the 3 are going to start unsheathing swords and attempt to grapple you. The one talking, at the very least, if not the ones standing about you.
Hold on now, we don't mean any harm.
Man,
Are you going to
no.
stop them?
No, not for now. I assume I'll be able to get out later if I need to. But I'm going to ask, for what reason am I being apprehended?
Muffled from a helmet, you just hear the one on the horse say, one second.
Who else have you told?
Oh.
That's pretty intense. My mistake.
Well, Lord Vader.
Sorry, the laughing is hilarious.
You
Let's
are
do
the
this one.
first. If you have questions for us, I will come along with you. I am very concerned for the safety of the kingdom myself. No need to lay hands upon myself.
Very well. You're coming with us.
Are they doing anything to any of the other of us?
Oh yes, they are taking you with them.
Oh,
Unless
that
you
was
resist.
all of us. I'm sorry. I thought it was just Tower. Okay.
Have they unhanded me, or am I still grappled and going along?
When I say grappled, I mean they've got you by the arms.
Sure. Okay. Well, yeah, shit happens.
We'll come with you, but the reason we came up and told you that information is because we knew you were official folk and we wanted to let you know that we were on the same side, essentially, trying to help the people here. So we'll come with you because we want to help and we want to see that hopefully he didn't get up to any harm while he was in there.
That is, unless, of course, he did get up to harm in there and took over very quickly. In which case, you are not on the side of the people here. Did I take that to be my understanding?
We don't have a mind link going, do we?
I mean, I can whip that up real quick.
We'll get to the root of it.
One more
What?
time. Sorry.
We will get to the root of it.
We will get to the root of
Okay.
it. Fair enough. Sheriff, are you amenable to this?
I'm amenable. I'd simply have a piece of official business to attend to real quick, if I might. And I'll whip out my sheriff's badge if I need to.
You can attend your business. Oops, sorry. You can attend your business when this is through.
May we ask what this is?
What, me?
We will ask the questions going forward.
Okay.
Please refrain from casting any spells. It will be counted as an act of aggression against the crown.
Can I be reminded of who did the hiring for the job? Was it through the crown? Like, was that a crown
It was a
job?
It was the Adventurers Guild, right? Because we were bringing their tithe or protecting
True.
their tithe.
Well, I
Yes.
guess who submitted the job, I guess. Do we know that or do we not get to know that when we take
Well,
jobs?
no, you usually get to know that. It would be the guild itself. It was the guild's tithe to be protected to Valentia. So.
Okay.
Y'all, I
Never mind
remembered
that.
something.
Woo.
Yeah.
That was a long time
There-
ago, too.
I try to pay
There-
attention.
They're going to march you through a series of streets, pretty windy and labyrinthy, because, again, this place is dense, highly packed. But, there's people in your party that would definitely be able to get... They're not blindfolding you or anything, so there's people in your party that can get you back to the spot where you've been escorted from. No problem. But
Hooray.
they eventually will march you towards a more official-looking building, ushering you inside, going down a series of stairs, finally into a little room.
Being
You
lawful
watch-
sucks sometimes.
Obviously, this person that was mounted has dismounted, gone into the building, and walked with this group into the room.
I assume we were walked through, were we brought directly into this room, or we walked through like a police type precinct or something? Like, were there other business going on, or?
Seemed to be some form of guard quarter, some sort of guard station.
Can I sense like what the feeling and tone, like, is everyone going around like hurriedly? Is something going on, like it feels like, or does it seem kind of normal day-to-day work?
Make an insight check.
I'd love to help with that. Just
All right.
add my bit of observation to it. I have proficiency in that.
Distant.
Oh, wow.
There's a fair mix as you scan this room. There's people that just seem to be in conversation with each other, almost lollygagging about, maybe on break, eating some sort of sandwich.
But it's not like, oh shit, something huge is going down. Everyone's panicking, doing all kinds of stuff.
No, but there are people that are rushing around.
Yeah.
But a city like this, there's probably a million problems going on at once.
Right. But yeah, I meant like, big disaster type.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Cool.
I forgot to mention when we were walking, Aranoa would have been trying to look at the workings of that mechanical horse as far as like the joints and everything for mobility.
Sure.
Is there some, like, I don't know, I think this is something I need to talk to you about off recording or whatever, but just I would like to at some point do some kind of improvements, like possibly rolling to see if I can make Field Defender do like fancier shit. can I be like
Okay.
adding up experience of like gaining knowledge from places? Like, I don't know. Can I just look at that horse and say like, yes, I got something from that if I roll well? Like, sorry,
Well,
long
yeah, maybe.
explanation for.
Yeah,
Really
I understand what you're
dumb
saying.
Dark
question.
Cloud 2 itch I've got right now.
What is that?
It's really scratching the Dark Cloud 2 itch I have right now.
I get what you're asking, and it's something I try to do even in the other game for people, even if they don't
Sure.
realize it. Like, I understand, like, we have a party member that likes to, in the other game, likes to research and spend time in the library a lot. And so I'm like, oh, if they're always in the library, maybe they just know some shit when shit comes up, you know,
Sure.
things like that. I get what you're going for. And yeah, maybe that's needs to be fleshed out a little more. I haven't really paid attention
Yeah.
to exactly what Steel Defender has for going forward. and
I have
things
some
like that,
ideas.
but-
I'll type them out and I'll send it over to you.
Okay. Fair enough. But sure, I am aware that Aranoa has an inquisitive mind and likes to invent things,
Yeah.
wants to invent things,
Mhm.
and that's okay.
Cool. Can I roll something just to hopefully succeed at
Yeah, I don't-
whatever?
I guess what I'm also saying is I don't think you need to roll something.
Oh,
I think like I understand that you're looking at this horse and you want to get something out of the horse, maybe. And when when Aranoa decides, hey, I want to try to work on this thing like I saw on the horse. Okay, you saw it on the horse, fair enough. Just kind of like
Got
the way I'm thinking about it is kind of like a druid can turn into animals that they've seen, right? They can't really
Sure.
turn into things that they haven't seen. So
Mhm.
the fact that you've seen something that works the way you want to makes sense
Yeah,
to
like
me that you now
piecemealing
have.
things together that you see in different places.
Yeah.
Got it.
That makes sense to me.
I'll mark that on my own then. Thank you.
Sure. We're in a little room, right? And unless anyone's
Yep,
refuting,
little room.
refuting that right now. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You will see that the person that was mounted does cast a bit of magic. If someone wants to make an arcane
Yes,
check or
please.
something like that, they could try to figure out
Sure.
what it was.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
I'll say,
no.
Is that all the rolls before I say anything? All the
Yep.
people that wanted to try. Flint, roll again.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Straw, you recognize this spell as a zone of truth. I need everyone to make the proper.
That'd be
What's it
wisdom,
called?
right?
Yeah, wisdom save.
The truth.
Oh, man.
Truth.
Oh, wow.
Tower, you have succeeded, and they know that, and they lock eyes with you. Everyone else, you are under the effects of zone of truth, which essentially means you cannot actively tell a lie. You can skirt the truth, cannot lie.
Mhm.
Right? I'm not crazy. That's basically the extent of that spell.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
it
I
doesn't
haven't looked
force
at
you to talk, right? You can say nothing,
Nah.
basically,
You
right?
may
So-
plead the fifth.
Mhm.
Pleading the fifth and not answering the question directly has its own tells, of course, though.
Do
Right,
I
I'm
know
just
I
saying.
succeeded some kind of saving throw?
Yes,
do I?
that's
okay.
why.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
telling you, and I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I know that the caster knows. I just wasn't sure Tower would even know a spell got cast. But if
I think
yes,
you
then
know. I think
Okay.
you know.
Fair enough.
If we're doing it wrong, I don't care. They're not trying to hide what they've done to you, and
Right. That's fair.
you
too.
know, yeah.
I know it's spell casting is generally obvious.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure unless the spell states otherwise, you know when something's been cast on, at least in
Sure.
part. Maybe but Straw has identified it as zone of truth, so maybe I would have made you just do wisdom saves and not told you shit.
Sure.
otherwise.
I wouldn't have known the kind of spell or whatever. But I would have known something
Right.
would have happened and I fucked off.
You would have felt magic wash over you and then dissipate, right?
We're truthful people here. I don't think you really need to do that, but I understand why. I say to them,
Who else have you told about the train?
No one? Really don't think we've told anyone.
well, we did kind of send those messages in the sky, but it didn't really give anything away.
True.
He's going to look at one of his compatriots with him and give a nod, and they leave the room.
Oh shit! Should I not have said that?
Did you rob the train?
What? No.
Did you rob the train?
Harry Potter, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
But we did not rob the train. Quite the
I couldn't.
contrary.
I couldn't stop myself.
No, it's good.
I'm
It's
sorry.
good. I love it.
We did not rob the train. In fact, quite the contrary. We were hired to protect it. The very
That's right.
Our best.
process.
There's something valuable on board. Wait, I keep forgetting. We do know what it is, right? And I just keep
It's
forgetting.
literally just treasure. I
Yeah, just a
think.
whole
Yeah.
bunch
Yeah,
of
no,
treasure.
it was just
Like a
it was
big
just
pile of
money.
treasure.
Well, yeah, it was like a.
Guild
It was,
I imagined
think
a
I just-
pallet.
I kind of described it as a modest, like tiny
Pallet
dragon
o'
hoard.
treasure.
Like it was a mixed bag of like dragon hoard treasure. Essentially, there
we-
was weapons,
Yeah.
armor, jewelry, gold.
Do we have like a sheet or something from the job
A
posting
receipt.
that can prove that
We'll have
we
our-
are
Yeah,
on this
I
I can
job?
literally produce
Yeah,
that.
Tower pulls out the completion form or whatever that he needs to hand over to the Adventurers Guild to get the reward, and silently, wordlessly, just holds it in front of them to show what the situation was.
He's going to take it from you unless you stop them.
We
They
are
like
official adventurers. You know.
I'd prefer
They-
to have that. I will allow it to go, but I will say I will prefer to have that back when we are done. That is a reward.
And just to further clarify, all these people have been like fully helmeted and everything, which is maybe a little unsettling that they're not even giving the dignity of like face-to-face talk. They are fully masked, if you will, in this moment.
Sure.
They're going to look over this paper, inspect the seal, the guild seal that is on all of these signatures.
You are the Red Ravens? Which is it?
There's been a bit of contesting over that.
We are not sure. Yeah.
Take your pick.
This is you.
Yes.
Yes.
Indubitably.
Yes.
You can check with the guild.
It's believed there were people on the inside. You were not these people on the inside?
We were not these people on the inside now.
We believe we know the identity of the person that was on the inside.
Who are they? What is their name? What are they doing?
I think somebody
Well-
else should answer the question.
We know him as Silas.
If
No
a character is what
Unless
what-
you're referring
wasn't-
unless we're referring to the changeling, in which case I don't think we ever got much information about that one.
Oh, right.
What were you saying,
God.
Wendy?
I was just saying it wasn't it someone that we don't know their name.
Oh, right. I thought Silas.
I thought
was-
maybe my memory was bad. And,
Maybe
How
my
many
memory.
How many
maybe my-
individuals were on this train?
over 100.
There was over 100 attackers.
No, there was over 100 people on the train.
How many
As far
people
as-
attacked the train?
Mm,
Did anyone
Through my
get a
hazy
count?
recollection, it felt like there might have been 5.
yep,
Okay,
6.
I'm
5,
sorry,
6.
Matt. I know you're trying to ask a question too, so I'll stop with that for a second and give you a chance to jog your player memory. What was your question?
No, that's not what I was.
Or confusion?
saying. Did we have a mind link up or no? Did we ever decide that? It sounds like we did not. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
to know.
no. Like after the spell casting mention, like technically it's a psychic power, but I'm not gonna risk it.
Fair enough. Okay, that was it. Please
But
go
God
on.
help us if one of these people happens to be a stand user and sees rail spike happen.
Oh, I thought the player was confused about the changeling situation. That was
Oh,
a
I
power
was.
confusion.
That's right. Yeah. No,
Okay.
that was.
Okay.
Sorry. Was not the changeling Silas?
No.
Or were there? Okay, there you go. Never mind. Go. That
The
was Tower's
changeling.
mistake.
The changeling was a waiter. Silas was the woman that was sitting across from you the entire train ride.
Okay, but
Yeah,
Silas
no,
was
Silas
a changeling.
So
Okay.
Silas
No.
was disguised. The changeling was
fine.
an entirely different individual.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Then yeah.
Oh,
Well, then yeah, Silas was still an inside person there. He
Yeah, he
was-
was definitely an inside person.
So there, okay, that's what Tower meant.
and
And
Did we kill
we
them?
killed the changeling. What happened with the changeling?
Well, that's basically what this person's getting at asking you. They've asked you how many people there were. You've now said 5. I keep looking for a pen or a pencil, but I don't really need it.
We are trying to be
as
trying
honest
take
as
notes for this
possible.
guy.
Yeah. We know we're
Yeah.
under zone of truth, so we want to be honest. We
Yeah,
just don't remember.
I know. It's been so long. I feel like I just need to give you
Yeah,
refresh
the
your
most-
memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Uh,
fun part about Zone of Truth. You can't knowingly tell a lie. If you just straight up
Exactly.
forget
Yeah,
shit,
exactly. There was a changeling. There was Silas. There was the boar man. There was
Yeah,
a
dude,
satyr.
Foreman.
The
But do we
satyr.
count the boar man, seeing as he was not, in fact, on the train at the time?
Wait. Well, he's asking you how many people attacked the train.
Sure.
Like,
So
what
those-
was it? Like
well,
a
is it
party
how many
size
were
question.
on the train, or was it how many attacked it?
It's now how many attacked it. The first question were how many were on it. The question is now how many attacked the train.
That was a DM error. He's supposed to be asking you how many people attacked the train.
Yes.
Getting actual information out of you. Not a pop quiz on how many people were actually on the train.
You don't want the
Uh,
manifest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally counting on fingers right now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The little guy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I wish we had a mind link going so bad.
It's at least 5. It's at least 5. Changeling, Silas, Satyr, Borman, Littleman. Were there any more?
That's what I'm missing.
Were there any more besides those 5?
There were some rust monsters, but
Sure.
that's.
I
Do you
don't
count
think
the
that's
horses?
part of the posse.
Sure.
Yeah, does one count summons?
I believe we counted 5.
I think it's 5. About 5.
Are there any unaccounted for?
Yes. None. We made 0 confirmed kills, and they escaped through magic portals mostly.
Yes, they have the ability with a coin to flip it and make a portal. Anyway.
And besides the ones that we know were on the train, that's also how they arrived onto the train.
Did you recover any of these coins?
Not this fight.
Yeah, you can make a persuasion or a deception, your choice. That's an interesting. Oh, sorry.
That's an
Nothing
interesting
is
word.
precise.
Yeah,
Nothing
I know.
And they
I know.
have the-
I
They need the
I would-
chance to figure out if what you're saying is
That's fair.
funky.
I wish you could have seen my face. It was like, what?
Yeah,
go.
I know. I
They
understand.
try.
Oh no!
I need you to know they rolled a 3.
Oh, I know. I see it on the screen.
Oh, I didn't do it to the GM
Oh
only.
no!
Are you
I
a
think
GM?
did. Fuck yeah! I didn't realize. I
Oh,
must be.
Matthew.
I think that's
That's
the
okay.
only thing I've seen. But I saw it and I loved it because I saw that 3 and then I saw my 2. Here we go. I'm rejoining as player.
Wow.
It was brilliant.
Man.
Oh.
So you recovered a coin before.
In a previous fight, we recovered a coin that we used.
He's going.
He's going to turn this to Flint.
You have a coin in your party.
Presently, yes. I cannot lie. I have no reason to lie about this. Except for our companion, who is going to be awfully fucking sore if he hears about this.
Sorry about that, guys. That was a my B situation.
It's fucking hilarious.
I suggest you hand over the coin so we can inspect it.
I proceed to take out a coin and put it down.
It was that in your pocket, Sheriff? Never mind.
I don't think you guys keep the coins in pockets and such. I think you kept them in your. You have a bag of holding or something.
I believe we keep
Yeah.
them in the bag. Yeah.
I'll
So I assume you've produced one coin from
Yeah.
your bag. Yeah.
grab out one coin.
Yeah. I put out the coin.
Take-
I'd be careful with that. It activates
Mhm.
with the coin flip.
Flint, you also feel a tiny thump against the inside of your torso from within your coat.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of alluding to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do my best.
He's going to take that coin, pick it up, look at it, inspect it, look at one of the 2 remaining others in this room. They come over, he hands it to them, they leave.
Do you know anything about the assailants? Names, motivations, whereabouts?
I assume that some of that was any request about motives, whereabouts.
Oh yeah, if this isn't coming in clear, he's just asking, do you know anything about the assailants, names, whereabouts, motivations?
I mean, we assume they're in the place where those coins lead to.
Should I use this cop filter instead? Hello?
Nah, the other one's better. The other was better.
Yeah.
I agree. Anyways.
Yeah, if I'm going to have difficulty understanding it, I want it to be at the face of Lord Vader.
You deliberately disobeyed.
Yep.
Howard's
Yeah,
going to remain quiet for most of this conversation.
The leader of the little cadre would go by Silas, about yay tall, as I desperately try to indicate the height of Silas as a dwarf.
The only other person left in this room, you see a little like quill and parchment kind of float next to them and start taking notes again as what you're saying, and kind of moving rapidly as you give a description of this individual.
Occasionally wears a stag crown, I believe it was.
It's not a crown that is worn. What did I call it? What is it called? And it's not a separate item. It is like a piece of his being, if that makes any sense.
Oh.
It's not a hat or a crown or anything like that. It is literally like part of him, but it is like a Caesar crown. What is that called?
Laurel?
Like a circlet?
Laurel wreath.
It's not a wreath either because it's
Is it a circlet?
oh boy.
I didn't know it was a hat. It's not.
Oh, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Almost like horns. It's almost like horns, but they're not horns. It's this little growth that kind of cradles around the back of their head towards the front, and it is literally called something specific. But like, it almost looks like teeth.
Are you walking away from your headset? I can't hear you.
No.
Oh, really?
It sounded like you were
Yeah, you
like
got real
walking to the
quiet.
other side of the room, and
And like
Bent
checking
over.
a book or something.
Yeah, so they're like looking through a book or
Oh.
looking for a book. Oh, here he is.
Yeah, so this description we're getting right now is Flint attempting to describe it.
Yeah.
hey,
And
do you
he's
have a
looking
book
at you
here
with-
can have me?
Aranoa will
Although-
jump in with
What the
descriptors.
fuck?
Wendy
Weird
won't
things
'cause
from
she
behind
doesn't
the head.
remember. Purple skin?
Verdant, I have said before.
Verdant skin?
He likes to smoke cigarettes.
I thought this literally had a name, but in here now it's
Teeth.
saying, oh, an elder cross. That's the word I'm looking for.
Ah.
Ah. Now I understand.
Wendy.
I'm sorry.
Plants the table. Elder Cross, that's the word I'm looking for. God damn, this enchantment does not help my memory for shit. Look, where was I? Right, verdant skin, seemed vaguely elven.
Like, let me see if I can share this.
Yeah,
Let me see.
has preferred cigarette brand,
Mm.
beaks and teeth on occasion.
Carries with him a big iron on his hip.
That work? Okay, see this person's head?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the
you
Loki
shouldn't.
thing.
Yeah, it's like that.
You could have just said it was a Loki
Oh
thing.
gosh, he's a Loki.
And this doesn't look too far off from what Silas looked like.
Save for a few things that are different that I've said in the past. But it's pretty close.
If you had just told us that he looked like Loki, we might have.
I invite one of my compatriots to describe his weapon.
Oh, I'll explain it, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah. It's the gun. The gun.
Oh, he has a mechanical device that shoots small metal casings full of gunpowder,
the
full
laser
of
gun.
powder.
The laser
No, it's
gun.
a gun. It's a laser gun, and it shoots lasers. Pew pew. And
Like everybody has guns.
yeah,
He has
I forgot. Yeah, it's a laser gun, and it shoots,
Truth door fucking number.
lasers. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a laser gun.
Like this. Like this.
Does
Can we
it show
tell
the
if
laser
that's
gun?
He
the
reaches-
one?
He reaches to his side arm area and pulls out what looks to be like a gun. It is not anywhere near looking like what Silas's looks
Okay.
like.
I'll use it as a point of reference to give a comparison of like, no, this part is longer, this part, like you add something on here to do this, take this part off to kind of help them understand it.
Are those standard here?
For us.
Huh.
Does it look like the kind of gun that fires magic
No.
/ science?
No.
Okay. This looks like
It
a
does
little
look-
gun.
It does look it is like a pistol type. It does look like it fires something way more advanced than what you guys have been dealing with.
Interesting. But not magic.
Hmm.
No,
So
the
this
one
is-
he had was far more sleek, way smoother. And also, it
What-
seemed to fire like energy.
What do these guns fire?
Do you have any idea where this individual is or what they want?
Whatever's in the vault, I think. That's what they want.
It was on
I-
about New World Orders.
Dislikes society. Prefers a return to zero.
And do you know where they are?
On the other side of that coin.
Or
Well,
on
last
that train piece. I don't
Last
know.
time we figured he was going to the vault, vis-a-vis his one-way ticket.
But we
He was
believe
still on.
he lives on the other side of that coin. That's why I had.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, we assume that his
Or
mama
at least
owns a
his
shack in a
Base
swamp.
of operations.
Yeah, we assume his mama has a shack in a swamp on the other side of that coin.
He was still on the train when the train departed.
Yes.
And that's
Sorry,
why
what
we
was
sent the warnings.
And he's probably already dead.
What
That would
happens to the
certainly
train?
be a fucking comfort.
Yeah, what do you all know about what happened?
You feel the zone of truth drop.
I'm pretty sure you can be trusted now. If you make me a liar, you will die.
Confident.
And?
I'm trying to keep this train situation under wraps as to not cause panic in the city. Locals aren't used to high-profile happenings.
Like, it did seem pretty damn high profile.
The head of the train is currently in the lockdown portion of the vault. We haven't gone in yet, but I assume this individual breathes. If so, he's most likely dead by now.
Well, I don't know if we know if he breathes or not.
He has displayed a number of unusual characteristics.
He is a tricky one.
Although I
Oh.
believe,
Predictability.
although I do believe he has, yes, shown to be a breather based on smoking.
Hmm.
It'd be
So
damn difficult.
he can breathe,
But just
but
because
we
he
don't know if
can
he
breathe,
has
that,
to.
exactly.
And again, if he has any number of these coins on him, he has an infinite supply of air as well.
Swamp gas.
Also true.
Well, Red Ravens, it seems like your job is far from over. As if the vault isn't secure, the tide still needs protecting.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
That's unfortunate, but yeah. I'll just see it through to the end, I suppose. But does
I
that mean
don't
we get
really-
to go over to the vault?
Indeed. As I don't really feel like expending the resources on this, and you, for lack of a better term, are expendable,
Well,
I leave it to you to see if we still have an issue.
Like investigate the vault or just wait with the treasure until the vault's clear?
Oh, I intend to have you investigate this vault. I should say, if anything is removed by you, well,
No,
We die.
we do not have any need for the treasure in the vault. Personally, all I need in there is vengeance.